You know, in this massive race to build smarter and more powerful AI, there's one company that's hitting the brakes a little and asking a pretty important question. Are we moving too fast? So today, we're going to dive into that company, Anthropic, and their answer to that question, an AI named Claude.
I mean, it really feels like every single week, AI models are doing things we thought were years, maybe even decades away. And as they get more and more powerful, you can just feel the conversations about safety and purpose and aligning them with our goals. They're just getting louder and, frankly, a lot more urgent.
But what if the race to build the most powerful AI is actually the wrong race to be running? Seriously, what if the real key to unlocking AI's potential isn't about being the biggest, but about being the safest first? Well, that's the pretty radical idea right at the core of the company we're going to look at today.
Okay, so let's get right into it. Because to really understand Claude, you first have to understand the people who made it, a company called Anthropic. So Anthropic was actually started by a group of former top researchers from OpenAI. And they left with this one single mission: to build AI systems that aren't just powerful, but are also reliable, understandable, and, importantly, steerable. From day one, their whole goal has been to make sure that as AI gets smarter, it stays fundamentally safe and aligned with what we, as humans, actually value. And that, of course, brings us to what they've created. We've got the who and the why behind Anthropic, so now let's get to the what. What exactly is Claude? Well, Claude isn't just one single AI. It's probably better to think of it as a whole family of models. They're all built on that same foundation of safety and practicality, but each one is designed and scaled for different kinds of jobs and different applications. So, let's meet the family. Anthropic has basically organized Claude into 3 tiers, and each one has its own special set of skills. All right, the best way to wrap your head around these is to think of them like a specialized toolbox. You've got Opus, that's your industrial-grade power tool. It's for the really complex, heavy-duty stuff, like intense financial analysis or deep scientific research. Then there's Sonnet. Think of Sonnet as your versatile multi-tool. You know, the one that does a bit of everything really well. It perfectly balances power and speed for most business tasks, like processing data or generating code. And finally, you have Haiku. Haiku is like that nimble, quick screwdriver. It's the fastest, most cost-effective model for those instant, lightweight jobs, like powering a live customer chat. Now, you might be thinking, okay, having different models for different tasks, that's smart, but that's not totally unique. So in a world that's getting pretty crowded with AI models, what really makes Claude different? What's the core idea here? Well, the answer isn't just about raw processing power or speed. It's about a core philosophy. It's this deep, deep commitment to building an AI that is helpful, harmless, and, this is the key, fundamentally aligned with our best interests. And this isn't just some vague mission statement on their website. It is literally engineered directly into the technology. So let's take a look at how Anthropic actually puts this safety-first approach into practice. Claude's whole safety model is multi-layered. It's got strong reasoning, it's reliable, and there's a serious commitment to transparency research. But the real game changer, the idea that holds all of this together, is something they call their constitutional AI safety framework. So what on earth is constitutional AI? Okay, imagine giving an AI a rulebook, a constitution, that's based on simple principles like be helpful and harmless or don't generate toxic content. Now, instead of a human trainer having to correct every single bad response, the AI learns to critique and fix its own answers based on this constitution. It basically becomes its own safety supervisor, which allows it to get better and scale up responsibly without a human having to look over its shoulder 24/7. Now, this all sounds really good in theory, right? But how does it actually translate into practice? Let's see how this safety-first approach really shows up in real-world products and applications people are using right now. So the ecosystem is really built for different kinds of users. There's Claude.ai, which is the chat assistant you can go use right now for everyday stuff. For developers, there's the Claude API, which lets them basically plug Claude's brain into their own apps. And for all the coders out there, there's Claude Code, a specialized tool built specifically to help write and debug software. And you know, this intense focus on safety and reliability is having a huge impact, especially in the business world. It makes Claude a perfect fit for big company applications where things like trust, accuracy, and predictability are absolutely essential. We're seeing businesses use Claude to power these super smart assistants that can search and understand a company's entire internal knowledge base. It's automating really complex workflows, it's speeding up research by analyzing dense documents in seconds, and it's powering customer service bots that can actually understand nuance and solve problems, not just, follow a rigid script.
And really, this is the most crucial point. Anthropic is making a huge bet. They truly believe that in the long run, safety isn't just a feature you bolt onto a powerful AI later. No, they believe that building AI to be safe and reliable and understandable from the very beginning is the only way to unlock its true, massive potential. And that leaves all of us with a pretty fascinating question for the future, doesn't it? As this technology just keeps evolving at this breakneck pace, will this safety-first philosophy become the industry standard? Well, Anthropic is betting that it will, and the answer to that question could very well shape the world we're all about to live in.